I want to talk about an article in The Intercept by Lee Fang. Big Pharma funds independent advocacy groups attacking drug price reduction bill. So what is going on is Al Franken has introduced a bill, and it's called Improving Access to Affordable Prescription Drugs Act, and it would allow for the reimportation of FDA-approved drugs selling for less abroad. Great bill. It quickly gained 15 co-sponsors, including Senator Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Richard Durbin, a Democrat from Illinois. So what this group has done, and it shows how kind of convoluted it is. So there's these groups putting ads out there, and they're independent advocacy groups. And of course, they're coming with all of this, get the government out of Medicare, and it's trying to scare people, and it's directed at older people who might not know, and older people still trust the news, still read the paper and watch the TV news and buy it. And I don't know if they're going to spend the time to trace this. I hope that they do. If there's anybody in that age group watching, please, I'm glad you're watching alternative media, by the way, because CNN's average age is 63, MSNBC is 61, and Fox News, CNN is 68, MSNBC is 63, and Fox News is 71. So that's who they're trying to keep scared, because the older population uses more medication. So they do not want this. They want to keep the insane price gouging going. So they're lobbying everybody they can. And I'll go into it, and I'll give you the names of these different organizations and how they're sort of hiding and shadowing it. But it's another example. Big Pharma, I've been talking about them. They want to block the legalization of pot on the federal level. They wanted anything that cuts into they're not a fan of single payer health care, which is why that always gets shut down whenever somebody brings it up. If Bernie or whomever brings it up, this is what they do. They shut that down because they buy so much ad time. So they do control the media. They buy so much advertising time. It's anytime you see an ad, are you suffering from blah, blah, blah? And it's one of these giant companies, Merck Pharmaceuticals or whatever. So here's what it is. So we'll go into the specifics of who these organizations are. So when you see them, you go, that's nonsense. And maybe tell some friends or parents or whatever, hey, this is nonsense. The groups placing the ads have no obvious connection to pharmaceutical companies. For instance, the American Conservative Union, ACU, one of the organizations taking out the ad, describes itself as devoted to promoting, quote, liberty, personal responsibility, traditional values, and strong national defense. Okay. But unbeknownst to the readers, the organizations have undisclosed financial ties to the pharmaceutical research and manufacturers of America, literally Pharma, PHRMA, the umbrella lobbying group that represents the biggest names in the drug industry, including Merck, Pfizer, Bristol Myers Squibb, Purdue Pharma, and Eli Lilly. So Pharma is like ELEC. Remember when I did that thing about the private prisons? ELEC is sort of the organization. They do a lot of different things, but private prisons was kind of their main thing. Pharma, they're just flat out the giant lobbying organizations for all the big pharmaceutical companies. So the ads have appeared. This is as Senator Franklin it potentially would cut into their giant profits. This is the thing. They're so greedy. Like, oh God, if we only make, $40 billion on this medication instead of, 60 or 70 billion, like they're just, I'm still baffled. I'm still baffled by this. I always feel like Charlie Sheen in Wall Street yelling at, Michael Douglas's Gordon Gekko character going like, how many yachts do you need to water ski behind? When is enough enough? Oh man. So here's one of the ads that they have in there. Will government price setting lower the cost of prescription drugs? Will government rationing increase his access to new life-saving medicines? Asks a full-page ad sponsored by the ACU. The ad features a stock image of senior citizens with puzzled looks on their faces. It's fear. Of course, it's the fear tactic. The government, this is the death panel thing when Obama was was passing Obamacare. You know, the Republican healthcare plan that's still better than anything Trump has proposed. Another ad from Americans for Tax Reform, a conservative advocacy group devoted to reducing taxes, warns that Medicare Part D, the prescription drug benefit arm of Medicare, might soon be threatened by lawmakers seeking to repeal Part D's protection against government interference in prescription drug pricing. Yeah, we actually need government interference, because if there is no government interference, then you pharmaceutical companies can do whatever the fuck you want and charge people 10, 20 times the cost of what it is. That's why people like senior citizens are taking buses into Canada and Mexico to get and of course the ATR ad declares, keep government bureaucrats out of Medicare Part D. Oh, ATR, so Pharma, that lobbying organization, provided ATR with $746,000 between 2010 and 2014. The American Conservative Union has received $100,000 from Pharma during the same period. ATR was founded by Grover Norquist, a former corporate lobbyist with a long history of using his non-profit group to advance the interests of donors. In 2006, a congressional report found that lobbyist Jack Abramoff coordinated closely with Norquist to arrange special policy favors for his clients. In one email, Norquist requested a $50,000 donation to ATR in exchange for his group moving to oppose taxes on Brown-Forman products. This is how they do business, man. So it's like anytime I see those big ads, and they have to say paid for by, always look at who the paid for by, or the TV ad, you know. Well, they're like, this new Medicare bill is going to make your grandmother have to turn tricks on the street, turn her into a street whore. That's what the government and the Democrats want, or whatever their thing is. This is unreal. All they want is to keep price gouging people. They want to have the ability to continue to price gouge people. And Trump's whole deregulatory mantra will probably help these assholes out. Thanks for staying vigilant. Thanks for paying attention. And don't give your money to Big Pharmaceutical. Give it to independent media. My Patreon link is below. Like, subscribe, share it. I appreciate you watching.